Hi guys, so this is my Rider Waite Smith tarot deck collection. When I first started buying tarot decks, I felt like I needed to have a Rider Waite Smith since that's the deck that almost every other deck that's made is based on. And I used to have quite a few more than you see right here. But I never really liked them very much. I just didn't connect with them. And then this deck came out. The Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot came out in 2019, and I kind of liked it because I like the colors in the deck. And then that got me a little bit more interested in Rider Waite Smith. So I actually kind of like this deck. If I was buying one today, like if I didn't have any Rider Waite Smith decks and I was going to purchase a deck, this is the one I would buy. Now, this particular deck that I have is not the one that most people are buying, and I'll explain that in a second. Here's the Death card. Ace of Swords. But there's actually, and I don't know if many people, and this is the back, which I think is really pretty. There's actually two of these out there on the market, and they both look exactly the same. The box looks exactly the same. But if you look at the bottom, and I'll try to see if I can get the camera to focus, if it will focus. Come on. I'm trying to get it to let you see that. There you go. The UPC symbol. Because this deck is different from the one like if you go to Amazon and you type in Radiant Wise Spirit. This isn't the one you're going to get pop up. Notice that there's no where on this bottom where it tells you where it's made. So there's two of them out there. There's this one, and there's another one that says made in China on the bottom, and it has a different UPC. The other deck I actually had a copy of, and I think I returned it because it's thicker than this one. And the cards have like a white edge. Like, I don't know if you can see, you can actually see the colors on the side here. The other one was all like white, and the cards were real thick and stiff. But this deck, the cardstock is really nice and easy to shuffle. And I think most of the time it costs a little bit more than the other one, and the other one is widely available in the US, and I think this one actually comes from overseas. Yeah. So if you care about cardstock, now the images on this one and the other deck, the one that's made in China, look exactly the same, but the cardstock is different. Oh, the other thing I was trying to think, the other thing is the other thing that's interesting is even though they're the same box, I don't know if you can see, but there's actually space left over in this box. Like I can almost stick my finger in there because these, and the cards, I mean, they rattle around in here. With the other deck I had, the cards were so thick that they were shoved in here and I couldn't even hardly get them out. So that's my favorite deck that you can actually buy today. And then the next deck I have here came out in 1993, and I'm going to pause for just a second because there's something I want to show you about the newer deck. If I can get the video to pause. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you. This is the original Rider Waite. It originally came out in 1993, and I think there were a couple of other editions, like in 95, I think, and maybe 96 or 7. And then in 2012, they came out with this edition. It's the same thing, only it's got like this gold. But whereas this edition was printed in, let me see if I can show you, printed in Belgium. Ooh, it wants to focus on my phone. Let's see, printed in Belgium. I don't know if you can see it. This deck here is printed in China, and the cardstock is completely, on this new one, completely, in my opinion, inferior to this old cardstock. The new cardstock is real thick and stiff and very lightweight. Even though it's thicker, it's lightweight. This is a very dense cardstock. Also on this edition, it's got sort of orange. It's more of the orange and green. It's got this mint green color, which looks kind of gray in this video, but it's actually a mint green. Let me see if I can get that color to be more correct. Probably not. Oh, that's a little better. That's kind of more like it. Let's see. No. Anyway, it's sort of a minty green color. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't want to show the right color. Whoa, that made it look really gray. Anyway, and then in the newer version, it's the reds are this real garish kind of bright red color. And whereas this is more of a mustardy yellow, it's more of a bright yellow. But this is probably, this is probably my favorite deck. And even though it's out of print, if you can find it, like on eBay or used, it's usually relatively inexpensive because it's just not very popular, I guess. Like I got this deck on eBay for $12 plus shipping. And the cardstock is just fantastic compared to like the cards you buy, like the Universal Waite or the Radiant Waite that are like paper thin. This is really nice and sturdy cardstock. I really like the colors in this one too. Now the print of it is not, well, it's pretty clear. It's fairly clear. I just think those colors are real pretty. So rather than like, well, I'll show you in the original, rather than the normal blues and yellows, it's more greens and oranges and tans. Really pretty. I really like these colors. And that's that one. That's the original Rider Waite. This is the 1993. And then this one, which I actually keep in here, is the 1971, one of the early, when it first came out, when the Rider Waite first came out. This box is just about to fall apart. Notice there's no UPC on this because it was before UPCs and that kind of thing. And that's what, if I can get it out, and it looks like this. And the cardstock on this one, it's got kind of a matte finish, and it's very kind of papery. And I actually prefer this cardstock to this cardstock. But this is the original. So you might be able to hear how different it sounds. But this is more original to how the artwork is supposed to be. And the images are very clear. And I do like how colorful it is. It's very, very colorful. Compared to, like, if you looked at this deck today, like if you bought one of these, this is still available, but the editions are totally different. Like this one is so old that it does not have a copyright on the front. Now let's see. See if I can get a good card to show you. And you can find these used, but they're usually kind of expensive unless you get very lucky with them. See that blue? That very kind of baby blue color. And then the yellow. Look, even her face looks kind of yellow. The Emperor's really nice though, because you can see the purple. Well, it doesn't even look purple. And let's see if I can get my colors right. Nope. Does it look? It kind of looks like that. Anyway, let me see if I can find very blue. It's very matte, and it's like this waxy kind of finish to it. There's the Fool. The Wheel of Fortune. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, this one's very, very matte. I'll just see if I can see. And this one is fairly shiny. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, see the shine on that? It's fairly shiny. But I feel like this is sort of might hold up a little better than this one. So you can see how it's got no shine at all, but it's very, very slippy. And then this one has the most shine of all of them. But that's what I have now. I don't use these very often because they are, I guess I prefer a modern deck. Although there's nothing, I mean, I still do like these. Let me know which is your favorite. Thanks, guys.